Good afternoon. My name is Rubén Darío Sánchez. I'm a mechanical engineering student of the Libertadores Foundation. The topic will be deployed normal stress, shared stress, and super stress. This work is directed for Professor Hector Dusan. Effort. Stress is a representation of the compression or stress that is happening in a part under some type of load. There are the two types of effort to find out a particular material can support the load and the will receive it in the useful life. The normal stress in the stress data structure is put under axial load. That is, where the load is alone in my axis, and the shear stress in the state and the structure support in the directional perpendicular to its main axis is called shear because it is related to the force that can cause the piece transversely. Normal effort. If we have a member of a cross-sectional area A subjected to an axial load P, as the figure up, the strip is defined as the magnitude of the load on the cross-sectional area. Normal stress is assigned the Greek letter sigma. This type of a force application is commonly called axial load, since it is carried on its main axis of the column and bar. Note that the effort has been written as a scalar sign. The directional is the same as a force. The positive signs in the effort determined attraction force and the negative sign a compression. Later will be generalizing the concept of normal stress to the case when we have applied surface and axial load. Until strength is defined as the conchects in length, but until left to the normal load on the material by giving the load that generated the deformation by the cross-sectional area of the material. Material length to the form with normal or tangential stress is applied to the temp. The unitary strength generated by a normal stress can be calculated according to Hooke's laws, as long as the strength not exceeds the elastic limit. Strain in either tensional or compressional from a normal stress is always generated axial to the cross-sectional area of the subject. Strain calculation has a wide application in the design of the structures. Shear strength. The shear strength is also related to the cross-sectional are the member that is subjected in the point of the force point in opposite directional and that are applied at the same point on the structures, which is a perpendicular to the main load axis on the structure as seen in the figure. Shear strength is associated with a variable tau and has the same unit as a normal stretch. Obviously, the unit as of the shear stress are the same in the calculation shown, taking into consideration that the force system has been arranged is a such a way that is only force applied tangentially to the surface. So the calculation is determined only with the area on the action force. The shear stress is so called because it can fracture the cross-sectional area of the piece under consideration. A more generalized form of shear stress will be the shown later on the tangential component of the stress. In the same with the normal forms, the shear is resisted thanks to the stress in the material of the bar, which are parallel and have the same sign as the form. Therefore, in this case, we are dealing with stress parallel to the selection, which are called tangential stress. By Marion equilibrium, thus the stress are identical at the point in the two perpendicular directions. That is to say, to that a given point in the selection, that tangential stress in the selection on the bar is the same as the longitudinal section on the it. In this case, on the stress, this association stress is not a unitary increase or decrease in length, but an unrelated angular distortion. As in the case of normal stress, material properties govern the formation of a bar underman. In this case, the reference properties the modulus of transverse stress G. which depends on the modulus on longitudinal strength E and the Poisson ratio. This coefficient measures how much of material deforms in the directional transverse to longitude deformation. The value of G measures the tangential stress for with a paraplegic subject to the arcs and angular distortion of the region. General state of the force. When we apply a force in generally donal tension with the main axis of the part of with the cross-sectional area, a resultant force F applied in circuit area is called both force, the normal force being the projection of the resultant on the main axis of the part divided by said area. Example shown here. We can see how the normal strings the directional on the x component and the shared projection on the selectional area. Thus, there is a general stretch that stays associated with the unit of the volume, the normal and the here stretch vectors corresponding to each of the faces of the volume differential. In the following figure, this effort have been represented in three of the faces. Note that sheet street has been broken down into the components corresponding to the two directional to which the surface extends. The representation is called the general straight states.